Hi Virgo, this is going to be your reading for June 2019. Please remember this is a general reading and it cannot resonate with everybody. If it resonates with you, please let me know. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading from me, the details for that are going to be in the description box below. When I was meditating on your reading, I felt very hopeful. And I'm a Virgo too, so that's like exciting for me because we need something to happen. But it felt like moving out of a place of stress into a much better place, or like something good was coming, you know, something that you've earned. Let's see. Some of you may have had to cut off toxic connections in order to, you know, for self-preservation of some kind, you know, doing what's right for you. Some of you may have had to walk away and stop giving yourself to people who didn't deserve, you know, the things you have to offer. And just cut out all things that weren't serving you anymore. Yeah, I see a lot of cutting out, yeah, and balancing your mind, balancing your life, balancing who you have in your life, and how they make you feel. Because I know as a Virgo, sometimes people can take our kindness for weakness, take advantage of us, and it really takes a toll on us mentally. So every now and then, you know, more often than we should, we need to, you know, look around and see who's there for us and who's taking from us emotionally, you know, because there are emotional vampires out there who just take and they don't give anything back, you know, and then you have nothing left to give to yourself, to keep yourself in a good space. Yeah, okay, so I definitely see that there were some situations here where you were giving and the other person was not giving in return, and it was emptying your emotional cup, and they were taking all of it. No victory in this situation, and you had to, you know, stand your ground. You had to become the Queen of Wands, you know. She's confident, she has it together, she knows what she wants, and she doesn't take anything less than what she deserves, you know? And these situations where people weren't giving anything left you feeling very stuck. And I feel like, you know, you felt like that for a long time, you know? And that might be for all of us Virgos, because I know I've definitely been there where I felt just stuck, you know, because I've given all of myself to the people around me and wasn't getting anything back. And sometimes we have to walk away from that. You know, it's never a bad thing to leave people behind who aren't, you know, emotionally on your level yet, you know, and sometimes that just has to happen. And yeah, sometimes it's hard, and especially with us Virgos, it takes us a long time because, you know, when we love hard, you know? So sometimes it's hard to let people go, people that we care about go. So the cards we have is pay attention to red flags, and I think that's definitely a good lesson for this, because for some of us, these are long-term situations that we were giving to that we had to walk away from. But for others, it was new people or new situations coming into our lives that were taking from us, and we may have seen the red flags, but chose maybe not to pay attention to those or give people the benefit of the doubt. And that's something that we need to learn, you know, to sometimes pay attention to your intuition and what you're telling you on the inside. We have trust here. So I definitely think for some of you, somebody may have broken your trust. Somebody could have stolen from you. You know, not just taken from you emotionally, but actually taken something that belonged to you. We have playfulness here. So I want to see what playfulness is about. Okay. So for some of you, this moving forward and moving on, you know, and bettering yourself and getting yourself out of these emotionally draining situations, and not waiting around for anybody, something else is going to come in, something possibly like a flirtatious relationship. It could be an online relationship, just because the Eight of Wands here kind of like, to me, feels more like online or at a distance, but it doesn't have to be. Because you moved on and let go of, you know, the negative people or the negative energies, I think something else is going to come in. It could be like a flirty relationship, possibly a water sign, fire sign, could be an earth sign too. And there's going to be a playfulness to this relationship, you know, flirtation. Because you're not giving yourself to all these negative situations. You can find that flirtatious, playful, you know, like more lighthearted energy that you could extend to other people who are more deserving of you, you know, in that energy. Let's see what else we can get here for trust. Yeah, so the people or person that you had to leave out, they may be feeling left out in the cold. And they might come rushing back in. But it seems like they're rushing back in to start an argument of some kind. They're rushing back in with communication, but it feels very argumentative. Like challenging your decision to let them go. Yeah, definitely. It's saying not to resurrect this situation. Don't feed into their, you know, their mind games or their words. Because at the end of the day, this person is more of a burden to you right now. And the situation came to an end for a reason. Yeah, you may have felt like, you may have put a lot into certain situations with certain people. Given your all, you know, and it hurt you to walk away. And you felt like you didn't get your wishes. You felt like you know, maybe that you need closure or that things weren't supposed to end, but it's telling me that it was supposed to end, you know, like get the weight off your shoulders, because, you know, some of these relationships just weren't emotionally fulfilling you. And it's okay to walk away from things like that. And yeah, it does hurt, you know, even if the other person seemed like they didn't care or they're not as hurt as you. Like, you're allowed to, you know, feel what you feel. You know, even if it hurts, you just have to get through it, because there's better things coming in for you, more lighthearted energy, things that aren't going to just drain you every day. Some things needed to come to the end. We have the world here. That's about cycles ending. So I definitely think that's what we've been going through. And we have the Three of Cups here, and that's celebration. You know, I think there is a reason to celebrate. We have justice. It's a balance. You're finding a balance now, and that's what's going to happen is once you let go of people who are taking from you and give back to yourself, good things come in for you. An end to like petty arguments, an end to over giving yourself, because, you know, people are going to come in that are going to give back to you what you put out, you know, and there is a need to celebrate that, you know. And I think that's kind of what I was getting in the beginning, like just a very hopeful energy, you know, because it took a lot for you to clear your space, you know, and figure out who was there for you and who wasn't, and clear those people, you know, out of your energy, and And that was hard, but now we're definitely moving into a place where that we were meant to be, you know, we're on the right path. Okay. Okay, so the stones I have for you guys are blue calcite. And it says, who needs it? People who stare up at the ceiling worrying about the future at 3 a.m. That's very Virgo. I definitely understand that. I've been there a lot. Okay, and it says when to use it. When stress is the enemy. Freaking out is not a prerequisite for accomplishment. Deadlines aren't death sentences. Stress will extinguish your creativity and crush your dreams if you let it. Call on the calming, focused energy of blue calcite to remind you to put stress in its place, far away from the joy of the process and delight of dreaming big. And it says act on your dreams. Okay, I think that card's perfect for us Virgos, because sometimes there is a need to stop worrying about everything or trying to control everything and just let go of the stress. You know, it's needed for Virgos to just kind of de-stress and go with the flow a little bit. Okay, and you guys have turquoise. Who needs it? Anyone whose voice has gone AWOL. When to use it. When you feel disconnected from the things that make you human. When you've got something to express, get it out with turquoise. So it says speak your truth. So yeah, definitely. If you feel like you can't find closure from, you know, the things that you've left behind, but you still feel like you can't have closure, it may be, you know, helpful to have conversations with some of these people, not to open any doors back for them, but to kind of speak your truth and get it out there how you feel, you know, and however they react to that or whatnot, you know, that has nothing to do with you because, you know, you've already closed these doors. But sometimes, you know, to get it out there, you know, to bring closure. And, you know, if you can't talk to some of these people or you know that it's not a good idea to, just kind of talk about it with yourself, you know, find forgiveness, you know, look at where you went wrong and what you can do to avoid that, you know, or the red flags that you didn't see, you know, and try and remember what those are so you can pay attention to that in the future so you don't end up in the same situations over and over again. Okay, and then you guys have Peridot. Who needs it? Brooders, the lackadaisical, anyone dreading those long winter nights. Another sign got this one too. When to use it. When you're not applying yourself. Success isn't something to be afraid of. You have permission to unabashedly go for it. Power up with Peridot and enjoy the ride. So it says magnetize your motivation. So yeah, and that's a good thing for Virgo too. You know, when we start overthinking things, or stressing or worrying or trying to control things, it's always good to stay motivated and find something that you like to do, something that you're good at, to kind of get your mind off of things. Because then when you go to think about those things again, there might be, you know, some clarity that you've found and you didn't even know you could figure it out by just not worrying about it. You know, sometimes things get figured out a little more easily than we think when we stop stressing on it so much. But okay, that's going to be your reading for June. I hope you guys have a great June and, you know, whatever you're going through gets worked out. Like I said, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to know more, you can get a personal reading from me. The details will be in the description box below. And thank you guys so much. I hope to see you again. Thanks.